Marvel's Captain America x Black Panther game, for new things we just learned. Captain America and Black Panther video game team up, D23 Expo 2022. Who is developing the Captain America/Black Panther game? The project is being developed by Skydance New Media. The developer was founded in 2019 as the interactive media division of the film company Skydance Media. It is led by Amy Henning, creator of Naughty Dog's Uncharted series. Since leaving Naughty Dog, Hennig worked at Visceral Games on a Star Wars game called Project Ragtag before the game and the studio were both shuttered. Remember when EA declared single-player games were dead? Hennig then founded Skydance New Media and is leading development on the Captain America/Black Panther game as well as a project set in the Star Wars universe. She is also a credited writer on the upcoming Square Enix RPG Forspoken. The World War II setting was picked because it was a formative era for Steve Rogers, something they thought might be fun to cross over with Black Panther. Nanali, meanwhile, is a character who only appears briefly in the comics, but that's exactly why Skydance picked her. It sounds like they're going to take it as an opportunity to flesh out the fledgling spy's background. Gabriel, they emphasized, would explore what it meant to be a black man during this Nazi meets Hydra era, and what it might feel like for him to interact with Wakanda. As they put it, Skydance wants to explore the idea of 4 unlikely heroes, 2 of whom are superheroes, 2 of whom aren't, all brought together by global conflict. Hennig spent a long time talking about the studio's desire to make the game approachable to everyone, to the degree that they consider it one of the 4 major pillars of the overall project. We've got this franchise and this IP that is universally loved, but we're gonna put it behind this sort of walled garden where if you can't hang, if you can't get good, then it's not for you, she posed, trying to point out the absurdity of that hypothetical scenario. We want everybody to feel like they can experience this, she clarified. They can put themselves in the shoes of these heroes. The controls are simple, contextual, intuitive, but also deep, for longtime gamers and people who have never touched a game before. It's structured like a TV series, which they described as being a bingeable, serialized adventure. To achieve that vision, Skydance sought to put together a team of creatives with diverse experiences across media, such as TV, film, comics, and games. Fun fact, one of those includes former Kotaku writer and forever GOAT Evan Narcisse, who has also worked on some Black Panther comics. Hennig likened the group to the Avengers of people who tell stories. While Skydance aims to have a story-driven game, they want to make something that gives the player second-to-second agency. While the game will take inspiration from go-to sources, like action-adventure games, it's also pulling from pretty much everywhere. Hennig mentioned rhythm games, VR experiences, and mobile games, though it'll likely be a while before we know how these things come into play. To cap this off, she reiterated her larger point about making sure anybody and everyone could pick up the game without studying a manual or memorizing combos. The Captain America Black Panther World War II team-up video game was one of the most exciting announcements at Disney's D23 Expo earlier this month. This Marvel-inspired game oozes potential, since it's being led by a bona fide gaming legend, Uncharted creator Amy Hennig. However, details about the game from Skydance New Media are thin on the ground. It doesn't even have a title, let alone a release date or platforms. We do have a teaser trailer and cool tagline, 4 heroes. 2 worlds. 1 war. We also know it'll star a fresh-faced Cap/Steve Rogers, T'Challa's grandfather Azuri as the World War II-era Black Panther, Gabriel Jones, a U.S. soldier and the only black member of Cap allies, the Howling Commandos, and Nanali, the leader of the fledgling Wakandan spy network. Cap and Black Panther are instantly recognizable, but Jones and Nanali aren't nearly as well known. The adventure will kick off in Nazi-occupied Paris, and terrorist group Hydra will be up to no good. Hennig is the key factor elevating this project. Beyond her role in the early Uncharted titles, she was the writer-director behind series like Legacy of Kain, which holds a special place in my heart, as well as Jack and Daxter. Acting as story consultant is Mark Bernardine, who's also a supervising producer on Star Trek, Picard and a writer on Netflix He-Man series Masters of the Universe, Revelation. So, there's still a ton we don't really know about Marvel's WW2 game.